These are your flag football rules, and please make sure, even if you're not playing it, just listen to it because you may want to play flag football eventually, and you should understand it either way. When we're going in and out, try to hustle it up because we can't start the game until everybody gets out there, and absolutely no fighting. Okay, we can have no fist fighting in any of these sports. Before the game begins, the captains will make sure that the teams are as even as possible. And again, if you have 2 people or more, give them a player. If it's only 1 person difference, we can't cut that person in half, so just play it. The captain will also make sure that each person on their team chooses somebody to defend. So start off both games, all games in your own end zone. Captains just kind of eyeball the teammates and assign people who they should be covering on defense. At the beginning of each game, you must throw the ball off. I don't want any kicking because our balls, the footballs are not built for kicking. They're actually smaller size and it'll bust the seams. And we want to keep the ball in bounds. So you're going to kick off, but really throw off from 10 yards in front of your own end zone. So if you just want to take 10 paces outside of your end zone, that's where you throw the ball off. The throw must land in bounds or your opposing team can ask you to redo it because they have to have a fair shot to return it. And you'll repeat this process after every score. When somebody scores, the person that just scores stays in the end zone. The defensive team jogs it all the way down and gets ready. Make sure everybody is ready before you throw the ball. To start every game, yellow will throw off, and yellow is by the preserve. So yellow throws off to red every time. Yellow's on the preserve side. But once you get going for a while, if you want to say, hey, you guys beat us pretty good yesterday, why don't you throw off? Try to be fair and just negotiate that. But I'd like for you to stay the same colors every time and stay on the same fields as much as possible every time, just for simplicity's sake. For RPE football, it's going to be 2 completions equal a first down. And you get 4 downs or attempts to make those 2 completions. Now on 4th down, if you're not even close and if you're on your own end of the field, you can choose to do a punt. And you have to just tell them, hey, we're punting. And that's the same thing as a kickoff. You just throw the ball. It has to land in bounds. And same thing with kickoffs and with punting. If the ball hits the ground on a punt or a kickoff, you can pick it up and run with it. But if you go to catch a punt or a kickoff and it drops out of your hands and hits the ground, that is automatically a fumble and the play will be dead. So please, we don't have any fumbles in flag football. So if you drop it, just wait there and you'll resume play once everybody catches up and lines up. Please do not tie your flags. That's going to be considered an instant referral because that means you're intentionally cheating and it's going to make people get really upset with you. We've had fights happen because of it, so make sure there's no knots in your flag that you tied intentionally. We have no stiff arming because we have no face mask, no flag blocking. So when you're running, it may be a natural motion. Be lenient on that. But if you see somebody just swiping away to block their flag, that's illegal. And again, no fumbles and no laterals. So that means no throwing the ball to the sides, because in real football we do that, but it can be very confusing, and you also need a lot of instant replay to see if it was actually a forward pass or a backwards or a sideways pass. So no laterals. Again, if you drop that ball on a kickoff or a punt, it's just dead. Leave it there. But again, if you catch it in the air, you can run it. If you pick it up off the ground off of a kickoff and nobody has touched it, you can run it. But again, there are 0 fumbles in flag football. Make sure everyone is ready and in position and onside before every play. So don't just hurry up offense and then say, oh, they were offsides and try to call some kind of a penalty. Or don't throw the ball off until they're all down on their end of the field. Let them take their time getting down there. You can yell at them and say, hey, hurry it up if they're walking too slow. But don't just throw it when their back is facing you, because you could hit somebody in the back of the head. If it goes out of the back of the end zone, that's out of bounds. So look at there's 2 cones in the front of the end zone, 2 cones in the back of the end zone. If you try to catch it past those last 2 cones, no touchdown, out of bounds. You can also, this is a weird one, so please pay attention. You can choose to have a center. And that means the center is just somebody that's not going to go out for a pass. They're going to stay right in front of the quarterback. The center takes the ball. You don't even have to snap it through your legs. The center can just, when the quarterback says hike, just hands the ball to the quarterback and stands behind the line of scrimmage. And what this means is if somebody keeps blitzing the quarterback, this center can stay back in front of the quarterback, and if a defensive player comes across the line of scrimmage, the center can pull their flag, and that defensive player is out for the rest of the play. Kind of like in real football where you have a center that can block for the quarterback. But again, in real football, in flag football, there's no blocking, no contact, so we're pulling flags. You get one free blitz at every 4 downs. So if you get a new set of downs, you can get one more free blitz. But after your free blitz, if you want to go after the quarterback, you can still go, but you have to count to 10 gator out loud. And that can be as fast as 1 gator, 2 gator, 3 gator, 4 gator, all the way to 10 gator, and then you can go. You can blitz every down if you count to 10 gator, but you get one free. That means you don't have to count. One free blitz every 4 downs. And then at the end of the game, you hear the horn, stop immediately. If the ball has already been snapped and it's in play, you can finish that one play, but after that, the ball goes into the preserve side end zone. The game is over, and start bringing it in. Make sure you put all your flags in the basket at the end of the period, and then try to hustle in so we have enough time to get dressed. If everyone from the back 40 decides they're just going to all slowly walk in, it's going to take a lot longer, and then that means you have less time to play. So try to encourage each other to jog it in. All right, I think if you follow these rules, we should have a great time. Thank you.